So let's get busy with this one. If you cannot dedicate a couple minutes to this video, you do not deserve to win. You do not deserve the success that you may be looking for. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Luke Del Priore. I run a multi-million-dollar marketing company with my brother Dario. It's how we achieve the life that we live today. If I peek out, parked out there is my Aston Martin right there. And behind it is my G-Wagon. Not sure if you could see it, but that's not the premise of today's video. It's not just about materialism. It's not about anything. It's how to get what you want out of life all together. And my four-step plan that I followed to be in the position that I'm in to this day, where on our good days inside of our agency, like for example, today, we're bringing in, if I go to my Stripe dashboard, live, anywhere between $18,000 and $20,000. Let's see. Yeah, so today we brought in $18,710.52. Not sure if you can see that right there, but yeah. So here's the deal, okay? When it comes to getting what you want in life, you need to be the kind of person that can do this first piece. You need to draw out what you want. So many people go through life and they don't even know what they want. And that's why they fall into depression, they get into ruts, they're anxious, they're stressed out all the time. If you don't know what you want, how do you know what to actually work towards? Let alone, why would you even work towards something if you don't know what you truly actually desire? So the first thing that I would do, if I was a young person, or if I was any person for that matter, I would figure out what I actually wanted in my life. What did I want my bank account to look like, my relationships, whatever that may be, you draw it out and you set that as your goal and as your target. And you know what, man, if you're an able-bodied young person, you are already wealthy. If you can even set a goal and your body is going to physically support you with enough health and enough vigor to go out and chase that goal, you are already wealthy. That's first and foremost. I really want you to understand that. Now, step number 2, after you've actually physically handwritten everything that you want in life, I want you to eliminate any negative vices and any crutches. Could be alcohol, could be nicotine, could be pornography. Anything that you settle back to and that you fall back to that you know you should not be doing needs to get cut out like a cancer, and you need to catch it early. That is going to be step number 2. You need to remove any vices. It could be scrolling Instagram, scrolling TikTok. I don't care what it is. Get that shit out of your life. You don't need it, because the person that you want to become is aligned with people that do certain things. Scrolling on Instagram, drinking, smoking, porn, these are not things that are aligned with you becoming the person you want to become, more than likely, okay? Then what you need to do after you remove the negative is align the habits that you actually need to be successful. Now, what do I mean by that? Just follow what successful people do and start doing that. Be a fucking copycat. I don't care. If you see a successful person and every day they're reading books, they're hitting the gym, they're doing all the necessary things that they need to do to be able to function at the level that they're at, start doing those things. It's really that simple. So many people overcomplicate this. If you can read 10 pages of a book a day, go to the gym every single day, go for a walk every single day, you're already halfway there. You're taking care of the vessel, the person that's then actually going to go out and start making the money. You have to understand that. People operate on certain frequency. You can look at someone and you can pick up energy off them. You can pick up a vibe. When you see someone, you can understand, is this person really about their business? Are they really about what they say? Do they really live the life that they're portraying on the internet? Now, I like to think that I do. Even beyond the internet, are they who they actually say they are? The habits are what build the person. Beyond the actual business model that you're gonna go after, be it sales, be it starting a marketing company, I don't care what you do. The vehicle is not as important as the person. You're the one steering. So remember, you eliminate all the negative, and then you add in anything that needs to actually be added in from a habit perspective to fill in, and what I like to basically consider backfill all that time that you would have lost, okay, doing the other shit that you were doing that you really should not have been doing. Now, step number 3 is pick your model, okay? Let's say, for example, a goal of yours is to make money or to lose weight. You guys realize there's so many ways to achieve a certain end goal. Let's say your goal is to drop 30 pounds. There, you can do it on a keto diet. You can do it on a regular diet by just cutting your calories back. You could do it by eating the same amount of calories, but going for an hour run every day to burn more. Like, there's so many ways you could achieve that end goal. There's so many different paths. The moral of the story is that the path will not be perfect no matter which path you pick. There's going to be struggle and there's going to be hardship and heartache on every single path that you go down. But if you recognize that every single path can lead to the same destination if you stick with it long enough, you will understand that you're going to be the type of person that can win. I call it a concept of imperfect action. Imperfect action is the one thing that made me as successful as I am today. People think I fucking sell drugs. It's hilarious. They think I scam. I don't know what they think I do, but they see me at 20 years old living a life that they couldn't fathom, and they're like, it's not possible. He has to be a drug dealer. No, I don't have to be a drug dealer, but I do have to be someone that shows up for myself every day. I do have to be someone that wakes up in the morning, looks at myself in the mirror and says, bro, I fucking got this. You need to have a certain level of mentality every single day, regardless of the external, regardless of what's going on inside your life. You need to show up for yourself every single day. And the way you show up for yourself every single day is through imperfect action. So in the very beginning, you're going to be an unskilled person. You might have never sold an account. You might have never hired someone. You might have never done any of these things that you need to learn when you're trying to build a business or be good at sales or anything for that matter. But you're going to learn and you're going to get good if you follow this concept of imperfect action, just putting one foot in front of the other and never giving up. That's the game. If you follow that concept of imperfect action, you're going to do very, very, very well. And then the last piece is just time. Guys, if you just don't quit, you recognize that you cannot fail. This is the success formula. If you break it down for what it is so fucking simple. You draw out what you actually want and you figure out what that thing is. Then you align yourself with the habits that that person has and you remove any of the negative habits. Then you take imperfect action every single day and you just don't stop. And you understand that if you follow that formula, you ain't gonna fucking lose. I have yet to see someone fail that has followed that exact formula. And I don't care what, like I said, business you're in, vehicle you're in, model you're in, all these people online that you might be watching that are incredibly successful and you're like, oh my God, I'm so far behind. Why is that person killing it inside of their career and I'm still making no money? I genuinely want you to understand that this is the formula that all the guys at the highest levels follow. I am in groups that I've paid $18,000 for, $20,000 for, $40,000 for to learn from some of the highest level entrepreneurs. I want you to understand that at a very fundamental level, whether it's learning how to run ads at scale, whether it's learning how to hire teams, build systems, it starts with that 4-step formula, because if you don't have a reason to show up for yourself every day, you will get stuck in complacency and people and businesses both die in a state of complacency. Live this way and it's going to change your fucking life. Go work.